Articles for Celilo Falls and the Dalles Dam Research Project. The building of the Dalles Dam by the Bonneville Power Administration. The construction of the Dalles Dam took place between 1952 and 1957. The building of this dam was part of a plan by the United States federal government to make the Columbia River navigable for boats and to create hydropower in the Pacific Northwest. Plans for the building of the Dalles Dam began as early as the 1930s. In researching the need for this dam, researchers found that the demand for more electricity in the Pacific Northwest would triple between the 1930s and the 1960s. Researchers found that adding a hydroelectric dam near the Dalles would meet the increased demand for electricity. There was a desire for the Columbia River to be able to be navigable by large ships and barges. As a result of Celilo Falls spanning the Columbia River, barges and ships could not travel any further up the river. Engineers planned the location of the Dalles Dam to flood Celilo Falls and make the river navigable by large ships through including locks at the dam. In 1952, construction began on the Dalles Dam. The Army Corps of Engineers built the Dalles Dam. The total cost of the project came to $287 million, which equals $2.5 billion in modern-day money. The building of the dam took about 5 years to complete. How the Dalles Dam benefits Oregonians. The Dalles Dam provides many benefits to Oregonians. The Dalles Dam provides low-cost electricity to Oregonians. The Dalles Dam produces 6,180 gigawatts of electricity a year. This is enough electricity to power approximately 618,000 homes. The Dalles Dam provides irrigation for farms. Irrigation is the supply of water given to farms through channels and water pipes that allow farms to water their crops. Crops given lots of water grow much better. The Dalles Dam also allows ships to navigate further along the river. Celilo Falls prevented ships from sailing all the way up the Columbia River. Now, with a series of locks, ships and barges were able to move up the Columbia River. This allows commerce to more freely flow along the river. The Dalles Dam creates flood control. Before the building of the Dalles Dam, a large rainstorm could lead to the Columbia River rising and flooding homes built close to the river. Now the Dalles Dam releases water through the dam in a controlled way that prevents floods that harms homes and businesses. The Destruction of Celilo Falls by the Oregon Historical Society. Celilo Falls was a large waterfall that spanned across the Columbia River. Celilo Falls was considered a sacred spot by tribes, and it was a very important fishing ground for Oregon tribes. People have fished at Celilo Falls for at least 11,000 years. In the early 1950s, the Army Corps of Engineers began the process of building a dam at Celilo Falls. Native American tribes strongly opposed the building of the Dalles Dam. Tribes knew that the dam would flood Celilo Falls, therefore destroying their sacred waterfall and ruining their fishing spot. Tribes told government officials that the building of the Dalles Dam would violate treaties that promised them never-ending fishing rights at Celilo Falls. Tribes fought the building of the dam in court. However, the United States government prevailed and was allowed to build the dam, although they had to pay tribes money in exchange for the loss of Celilo Falls and the loss of the villages near Celilo Falls. On March 10, 1957, the construction of the Dalles Dam was completed, and within hours of the dam being operational, Celilo Falls and Celilo Village were flooded, which was devastating to the tribes. This site is now known as Celilo Lake. The importance of Celilo Falls to Oregon tribes. Before being flooded by the Dalles Dam, Celilo Falls was a beautiful waterfall and a sacred spot to Native American tribes. Tribes have fished at Celilo Falls for at least 11,000 years, and tribal stories teach that they have fished here since time immemorial or the beginning of time. Tribal villages surrounded Celilo Falls. There was a great cultural exchange that happened here as tribes gathered to fish and visitors came from all around the region to fish and exchange goods for salmon. Celilo Falls was a wonderful fishing location because the rushing waters and steep inclines led to the fish becoming disoriented, so they were easy to catch by fishermen using dip nets. At Celilo, tribes would gather to celebrate festivals such as the first Salmon Festival. Celilo Falls was considered a very sacred spot by tribes. In modern day, tribes still mourn the loss of Celilo Falls.